questions before we get started? No? Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. You can start in Shavasana, laying down with your head facing the front of the room, or you can be seated if you would like to be seated.
Is it okay if I grab my water bottle?
Oh yeah,
I have
absolutely.
to clear my throat a ton, and I don't want to be obnoxious with it.
No, you're totally fine. Go for it.
Oh, you know what? I come here for, just kind of the mindful meditation. I have a lot of old aging, so I just do the best I can. I'm just here for me.
Okay. So as you settle in, just take a couple of rounds of deep breath and just begin to arrive in the space. Feel the support of the earth beneath you. Just taking a moment to create your container for today's practice. The outside world can wait, anything that happened before you arrived, and anything that is to come. This moment right here is just for you to connect on a deeper level, to move mindfully, and to be present. As you settle into the practice, just let the breath flow organically, not working to shift or change it, just allow it to flow and to settle in the body. This week's practice, we are in our third week of heart-centered awakening. So this week we are focusing on releasing or letting go of past hurts. So this could be past traumas, sadness, grief, anger, pain. If there's anything that is weighing heavy on you that you've been holding on to, think of this time here today and our practices this week as an opportunity to begin to let go of these situations or these feelings. So take a moment just to tune in to your heart center, just drawing awareness to the rise and fall of the heart in this chest, each breath. Just becoming aware of sensations, the energy that resides here. If the heart center feels tight, if it feels soft, feels open or closed, there's no right or wrong. We're just beginning by drawing awareness. Holding space with compassion. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, if there's something that you'd like to let go of, take a moment here to set that intention before we get started. Whenever you're ready, we'll make our way to a seated position, just facing the front of the room. Take your time. So we'll start in Sukhasana. We'll just take a moment here with our hands on our knees. Let's do some shoulder rolls to start. So just drawing the shoulders up towards the ears, releasing, just feeling into the shoulders and maybe the neck. kind of noticing if there's any tension there. This shoulder and neck release is a way for us to kind of let go of some of what we've been carrying. Begin to just kind of feel into what is it that you've been carrying around. Sometimes when we have a lot of anger or pain, we tend to carry it in our shoulders and we hold our heart center kind of covered here. We go try and protect. So releasing this, just kind of awakening that space, letting go of any grief, guilt, pain. Just allow the breath to let it release. Maybe some gentle movement with the neck, drawing the chin towards the chest. Bringing the right ear to the right shoulder. Back down from center. Inhaling left ear to the left shoulder. And exhale back through center. Just move through this nice and slow at your own pace. Maybe even taking full circles around. During this class today, we are always taking, well, in every class, we're just taking the postures and the movements that feel good to us, that our body is asking for. I'll make suggestions. Feel free to take them or to do something else. I'm never going to call you out unless I think that you may injure yourself, and then I might just give some gentle guidance. But you know your body best. So tune in and listen. And just honor your body for this next hour. Coming back through center. We'll take some spinal twists with our breath. Inhaling, reaching the arms up. Exhale, release. Left hand to the right knee, right hand towards the earth. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, reaching up. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand towards the earth. Just move through these. We're lengthening, we're creating space in our body and our spine. This is a grounding practice. It helps to balance and align our energy. We connect with movement, with our breath. We're taking a mindful approach to just paying attention to how we're moving, how this feels. If we feel tight somewhere, it's easier on one side than the other, but we're practicing compassion and not judging ourselves. There's no right or wrong, just what is, wherever your body is today. Inhale, come back through center. Bring both palms together. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. And just place the hands over the heart here. Just think if there was something that you're looking to let go of. Is this something that is maybe holding you back from moving forward? We'll bring one of our 3 feel-good practices in. It's a quick exercise called breaking the chains. So we'll place our arms stacked just like this, and we'll think about whatever that thing is that's holding you back from moving forward into another career, into a relationship, whatever it is that you're wanting to do and you just feel kind of stuck. Imagine that as chains wrapped around your arms, and then as you exhale, we're going to break the chains and send the elbows back. So our arms are connected to our heart center, so this is awakening that energy, moving that, shifting that energy out. So on the inhale, just thinking about that. Exhale. Get back. Let out sound. Helps move the energy. Okay, last one. Release the hands. Just take a moment just to feel that energy move. Let it move through the arms. Notice if you feel any sensations in the heart center, in the arms, and the hands. Just giving yourself permission to feel whatever it is that's coming forward. Let's come into cat-cows. So we'll bring our blanket to the mat just to support our knees here. We'll find tabletop with our knees stacked under our hips and our wrists stacked under our shoulders. Finding a nice neutral spine. On the inhale, draw the heart center forward, gaze comes forward, and our tailbone rises as our belly drops. Exhale, press into the earth, round the spine, tug the tailbone. Inhale, drop the belly, coming into cow. Heart center forward. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone. A little more movement here. Just take this time to kind of move into the corners of the body. Feel into the hips. Take cat-cows. Take more movement in the spine. Do whatever you feel called to do here. Just kind of feeling into all the corners of our body, connecting our breath with our movement. Coming back through tabletop, bring the big toes together and bring the knees towards the edges of the mat. Send the hips back, finding child's pose. You can bring your hands towards the front of the mat and bring the body to the earth or to your bolster if you'd like. Just placing the bolster between the knees and resting there if you want a more supported practice of that. So we're bringing our forehead to the mat or to the bolster or even one of your yoga blocks. And we're just opening the heart to the earth. Just breathing through the belly. Allow the hips to sink down towards the earth. Just take a couple of minutes here just to release. Just think about emptying whatever it is that is weighing heavy on your heart. Let it flow towards the earth. The gaze comes towards the hands. We'll walk the hands back. Bring the head up last. Move the blanket aside. Coming back to your tabletop. We'll come into downward dog. So just tucking the toes, lifting the knees and pressing into the earth with your hands. Lift the hips, press the back, shoulders towards your thighs. You can bend your knees as much as you need. Bend the knees, walk both feet out towards the sides of the mat. And our tailbone rising here, lengthening the spine. 3 deep breaths here. Gaze comes towards the fingertips. I mean, you can jump, step, walk all the way forward, however you want to get your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Crown reaching towards the front of the room. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms all the way up. Palms together. Exhale, hands up for a center. Find mountain pose. Bring the hands down to the sides. Feet hip distance apart. Roll the shoulders back and open the heart center. Tuck the tailbone slightly, just creating some length in the spine. Grounding through the feet here. Just draw awareness to your connection with the earth. Just feeling into the soles of your feet. Maybe shifting your weight around a little, side to side or front to back. Just finding that connection. Okay, just a little bit of a flow here. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the feet back. Drop the knees down to the mat. And slowly lower all the way down. Bringing our belly to the mat. Hands under the shoulders. Inhaling, pressing into the mat, finding cobra. Tuck the elbows in. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, another little cobra. Exhale, all the way down. One more, inhale. Opening the heart. 3 breaths here. Exhale, lower down. Draw the hands back a little bit further, tuck the toes, and press back for downward dog. Find your downward dog and take 3 breaths. Gaze comes towards the hands, and however you'd like to walk the feet towards the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands at heart center. And release. Another grief yoga practice that you can use anytime you're feeling overwhelmed. This could be overwhelmed by pain, sadness, anxiety, stress, whatever it is that's like just, oh, I feel so overwhelmed right now. We're going to bring the arms up like we're holding anything that's just weighing on us. And then we're going to bend the knees. Exhale, release it. Inhale, holding on to it. Exhale, release. This is called windmill pose. We're just throwing it to the earth. One more time. Okay, find your mountain pose. Nice and tall, our crown reaching towards the sky. Just reconnect with the earth here. The shoulders come down away from the ears. And just notice. Notice if you feel even 1% lighter. If not, that's okay. Bring the hands to the heart and just reconnect with that intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. This is why I'm here. This is what I'm letting go of. Or maybe there's someone that you want to dedicate this practice to. Okay. Release the hands to the sides and we'll circle sweep up again. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back. Drop the knees down to the mat. And we'll come all the way to our bellies. Tucking the elbows in, lowering down. This time we're just going to find Sphinx pose. So slide the hands out and bring the elbows under the shoulders. You can also bring them out towards the edges of the mat. That decreases the load on your lower back. So if this is a little too intense, you can bring the elbows out. So we're pressing into the earth with our forearms. Our heart center is forward, so we're rolling the shoulders back, opening the heart, and our gaze comes between the hands. I'm just going to breathe here with our bellies connected to the earth. Let our legs rest. Let go of any tension in the hips, thighs, glutes. Just notice your belly pressed to the earth. This is our place of our internal battery, our powerhouse, our sun. It's our solar plexus, and this is where we find our confidence in ourselves. It's where we find our strength, how we feel about ourselves. So breathing in this space, if there's anything holding you back here, making you feel like you are strong, you are full of energy, and you can feel that vital life force moving through you. Breathing connected to the earth, just exchanging energy with the earth here, clearing the space, drawing nourishment from the earth. And drawing that energy up into the heart space, strengthening the heart, finding courage to move forward. Our heart center is facing forward. We're moving on, moving forward from whatever this past situation is. Lower all the way down on the exhale, bringing your forehead to your forearms, just crossed at the top of the mat. Just take a couple of rounds of breath here. And draw the hands under the shoulders, press back. And we'll just bring our blanket back to the mat here maybe, if you would like that support for your knees. And coming back through tabletop, we'll move into pigeon. So have one of your blocks close by maybe. That might be helpful. Also bring your bolster to your front of your mat. So we'll be bringing the right knee forward. I'm going to show you with my left so that you can see. So we'll bring the right knee forward and swing the shin forward. And it can be wherever you want, closer to the groin or closer to the front of the mat. And we'll just place a block underneath the hip. And that'll kind of help you facilitate moving that leg around. And then we'll be coming down to our forearms. Yep, block under the hip. Yep, just knee forward a little more. So you're kind of making like from tabletop, we're just going to draw the knee towards the wrist. So you want your knee a little more towards your wrist.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the block goes under your hip.
Okay.
And we'll bring the shin towards the front of the mat. So kind of parallel to the front of the mat. So you've got this kind of L-shaped 90-degree angle. So ankle more towards the front. Yeah. Does that feel okay to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a stretch.
Yeah.
What we want, right?
Yep,
Good.
exactly. So we can be here with our hands pressed into the mat, or you can bring your bolster down and you can come to the forearms. Just find what feels good to you. Yeah.
just breathing into the space of the hip. Our hips hold a lot of our trauma, our emotions, experiences that we've had. So this is a hip opening posture that is helping to facilitate that release. So as we breathe here, just think about sending the breath into the space of that hip. Okay, inhale, lock the hands back. Just release any props. Moving on to the side. Just take a brief child's pose here, sending the hips back and walking the hands out towards the front of the mat. Just about 5 breaths here. Okay, gaze comes towards the hands. Come back through tabletop. And draw the opposite knee towards that wrist. So if it's your right knee towards your right wrist, swing that ankle around a little and place that block underneath the hip. And then sink the hips down, walk the hands out. You can come to the bolster if you want, coming down to the forearms. You're just breathing into that hip space, just inviting it to soften and release. Walk the hands back. Releasing the blood. Keep your blocks close by. We'll come all the way to our mat and the blocks. Knees bent, feet hip distance apart. We'll just take some windshield wiper motions with the knees going back and forth, nice and slow, from side to side. Keeping the hips in contact with the earth, just really isolating that movement to the legs. Maybe even thinking about anything that was just released from the hips, moving down the legs and through the soles of our feet into the earth. Every exhale, just facilitating that release. And coming back through center, draw the knees in towards the chest. grabbing on wherever you can, behind the knees, grabbing onto the thighs or clothing. Just giving them a little squeeze towards the body and maybe rocking side to side. And interlacing the fingers on the right side under the right knee or back of the thigh. And extending that left leg out nice and slow. Toes flexed towards the body, just reaching the sole of the foot out towards the back of the room. Stretching through the left leg. And inhale, coming back, drawing both knees in. Opposite side, extending the right leg out, drawing the left knee in. Inhale, draw the right knee in. And release both feet down to the mat. Bring the soles of your feet together and let the knees fall open for reclined butterfly. You can place the blocks underneath your thighs or close to your hips or your knees. You can play around if you want your feet to be closer to the groin or further away. Just find what feels good to you here. We'll bring our fingertips to the heart center. Just use the fingertips to give a little tap to the heart center. Just a loving tap here. Just thinking about what you're feeling. I feel sad. I feel happy. I feel angry. Whatever it is that you are releasing today, just drawing awareness to it, bringing it to the surface, feeling it and releasing it. Just let it go. Adding in this movement helps us to create a channel for these emotions so that we can move through them and release them instead of holding on to them and storing them in our tissues. You can release whenever you like and just bring the hands to the sides. Breathing deeply into the belly here. So just feel the breath filling the chest and lungs and the belly. See if you can let the belly be soft. release the blocks. You can also stay here if you'd like to keep the blocks there. You can come into Shavasana if you want the legs to come out long and let the feet fall open, or you can have the knees bent or put a bolster under the knees. Just find a comfortable place to rest for the meditation portion. Let's take a cleansing breath in through the nose. Exhale, release. Let go of the breath and let go of the practice. Anything that did or didn't happen the way you thought it would. Just letting it be. Finding support of the earth beneath you. Letting your body rest here and integrate all of the work that you've done. Let's start with just a scan through the body, so drawing awareness to the soles of your feet. And as you inhale, just gently guiding that awareness up the legs, to the hips, the belly, the chest, down the arms to the fingertips, the neck, and the head, all the way to the crown of your head. And just notice here as you breathe and draw awareness to these different parts. If you feel any sensations, if any emotions arise. Not attaching to any stories. Just imagine that these sensations or feelings that arise are like clouds in the sky. You notice them and come into your view, and they drift away. Drawing your awareness back to the heart center. Just imagine a warm, glowing light radiating at the heart center. In each breath, this light begins to move outward, filling the chest and the arms, the belly, the legs, filling the entire body, all the way to the crown of your head. This warm light, this healing light, it's just balancing and providing comfort, healing energy to all the corners of your physical body, moving outward into the subtle bodies, the auric field, bringing everything in harmony and alignment. Begin to deepen the breathing, creating some movement in the fingers and toes, gently awakening the mind. Taking your time, maybe rolling over to one side and pausing. And whenever you're ready, making your way to a seated position. Bring my hands to the heart one last time. Just taking a moment of gratitude towards yourself for carving out this time in this space to pause, to connect, to move our bodies in any way whatsoever during this practice. Thank you so much for joining me for this heart-centered awakening practice of mindful movement and meditation. It is my greatest wish that you can carry the benefit of this practice with you throughout the rest of your evening, your week, and beyond. Satnam, may you align with your favorite versions